Yo, I have been an anime fan since before it was cool to be an anime fan, okay? I've been rocking for the anime community for a very, very long time. I used to get flamed for it in school and everything, alright? It wasn't always sweet out here in these anime streets, okay? So listen, I got my start way before I even really realized it. I thought I started my love for anime at Dragon Ball Z when I was 14. No, actually, I had to look further. No, I actually got my start at the right age of 7 years old, when I would turn on my TV every Saturday morning and cut on Pokemon and see this little yellow mouse go toe to toe with the world.
Pikachu.
That's where it all started, and I didn't realize it. So today, this is what I'm gonna do. This is about to be my origin story of how I got into anime, really. Not at 14 like I thought, once before. No, at 7, when my mom used to buy these VHS tapes of Pokemon just to keep me entertained when it wasn't airing on TV, alright? So make sure you hit that like and subscribe for more anime deep dives. Let's get into it. I didn't grow up planning on becoming an anime nerd. It kind of just happened, okay? I grew up with one thing in my hands, a Game Boy, all right? One eventually would become a Game Boy Advance, but it started at a Game Boy, all right? And a little yellow monster called Pikachu, a little yellow mouse called Pikachu, okay? Pokemon wasn't just a game or a show. It felt like a culture. Matter of fact, it was a culture, okay? It was a way of thinking about adventure, friendship, strategy, all these amazing things, all right? I wasn't chasing filler episodes. I was counting badges, for real, trading with friends, and debating which Pokemon would win in a hypothetical tournament, okay? And if you ask me, it was gonna be me and my Pokemon coming out on top every single time, all right? That was my childhood entry point into a much bigger storytelling world, one I would come to know as anime. Now, what exactly made Pokemon a gateway, okay, of sorts? It blended character-driven moments with world building you could return to again and again. All right, my guy, it wasn't just about battles. It was about evolving relationships, evolving powers, in a sense that every episode could actually surprise you. That mix quietly trained my brain to accept depth beneath a bright surface, all right? A mindset I later found in wilder and wider anime storytelling. My little brain did not know it at the time, but it was Pokemon that was planting seeds of what would later become my fandom over anime. All right. A lot of people still think that anime is just for kids, or that it's all about flashy battles. I learned very quickly that this is a simplification that does a disservice to a huge and diverse medium, all right? Pokemon, at its core, showed me something essential. The best stories invite you to grow with them. And while Pokemon is approachable, it's actually a portal to a spectrum of genres like drama, horror, sci-fi, epic fantasy, and so much more. If only you guys knew, the people who downplay anime to be just cartoons or just for kids, if only you knew. And I also noticed a reoccurring pattern in my friends' reactions. They'd dismiss anime as childish, then discover a title that spoke to them on a surprisingly adult level. Okay, Berserk, anybody? Okay, look, that's the moment I realized the audience was missing out on a lot because of a single stereotype. If you're watching this and you've ever avoided anime because you thought it wasn't for you, I want to challenge you, all right? I want to challenge that assumption. There's something in every corner of anime: comedy, tragedy, romance, science fiction, historical drama, and you don't just have to pick one. Now, look, some of my strongest memories come from Saturday mornings. The ritual of grabbing some snacks, tuning into Kids WB or Fox Kids, and letting the world of anime wash over the entire room. Alright? Pokemon on Kids WB at 10 o'clock a.m., Digimon on Fox Kids earlier, and those cassette tapes that my mom would pop into the VCR when nothing was airing on TV and I was just itching. I was fiending for something, all right? Those moments were more than entertainment. They were education in how serialized storytelling works. Hook, consequences, cliffhangers, and character growth over time. I was too young to understand these concepts, but as I got older, I saw the remnants of it in these younger shows that I would watch as I became an adult and would watch the much more darker, gritty, gruesome anime. I'll be 30 in 2 months, all right? And just the other day, I told my mom I was playing Pokemon Go. Bro, you should have seen her reaction. All right, she probably never expected to witness her grown son, who pays bills and taxes, to still be chasing a tiny electric mouse. Okay? It's funny how the fire never truly goes out, it just changes form. Those memories aren't just nostalgia, they're proof that early media experiences shape how you approach storytelling and life forever. And I swear, I used to think the big turning points in my life started with Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. But looking back, I can see the real turning point. It happened a lot earlier. It was Pikachu vs. Ash, really. You know, the way the show would balance humor with genuine emotion and how a small character really could carry a big meaning. Those moments taught me a few habits I still carry into reviews and essays today. 1, look for emotional thoroughness, not just fights. 2, notice how small everyday moments build a larger world. And 3, pay attention to how music, pacing, and art direction influence the mood of whatever you're watching. As I grew older, I began exploring beyond Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, and so many others. But the real lesson was this: discovering anime isn't about chasing a single series. It's about learning how different creators tell stories, build worlds, and make you feel something deep and honest.
Quit fooling around and get them!
All the best anime that I can recall made me feel something. And I'm sure for a lot of you guys at home, it's the same exact way. So these days, bro, I approach anime with a curator's mindset. You know, what really makes a show stick? What kind of emotional or intellectual aspects does it really offer? And how to explain it to someone who's never dipped their toes in this medium? That's really my biggest hurdle. So if you're new, start with titles that feel accessible but hint at a larger tapestry. Things with strong characters, clear themes, and standout visuals. If you're rewatching, look for new layers, soundtrack motifs, foreshadowed details, and how the animation era affects tone. These are all things to look out for, especially if you're a bit more seasoned. So guys, feel free to let me know in the comments, what was your start to anime? Did it start with Pokemon like me? Or maybe it started with Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sailor Moon, even. There's a lot, so let me know, I'm really curious. I'm sure we all started somewhere, all right? And it might not look the same for all of us, but guess what? We're all anime fans today. We all geek over the same shit. I'm gonna wrap this one up before I start geeking out more, all right? Feel free to let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to tap in next week, Friday, for another one. Like, subscribe, I'll see you on the next one.